Welcome to the Hollis Chapman Show, where we celebrate the power of words and the beauty of storytelling. Join us every week. We have conversations with authors and small business owners. We have exciting lineup of guests who will take us on a literary journey like no other. Join us as we delve into the world of authors and small business owners from diverse backgrounds and cultures, each bringing their own unique perspective and voice to the table. From thrilling memoirs to captivating fiction and business startups, our guests will share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs, offering us a glimpse into the rich tapestry of human experience. Immerse yourself in the magic of words and discovery as we explore the global literary landscape together. So grab a cup of tea, cozy up by the fire, and join us on this adventure of a lifetime. The Hollis Chapman Show is your ticket to a world of imagination, inspiration, and enlightenment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to connect with some of the most talented and compelling voices in literature today. Tune in and let the journey begin.
Hello and welcome to the Hollis Chapman Show. I am Hollis. Happy Friday to y'all. We're very excited to have a very special, a magical guest here today. Our guest is, one of her big mantra is she believes in magic. Do you believe in magic? I think so, right? She thinks magic infuses every aspect of our lives, whether it is magic of falling in love, discovering a new passion, beautiful, beautiful sunset. That's how cool that is. Did you see the moon last night, the red moon? And transfer, and plus books. Boy, oh boy, go to her website. She is a writer. She's got books all over. Let's welcome to our show a very special guest, Tricia Copeland.
Hi, Hollis.
Hello. Hi, ma'am. How you doing? You all right?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. This special Friday, this magical Friday, we're so happy to have you here. Before we get going, please tell us more about yourself. You grew up in Georgia. Now you live in Colorado. Tell us more about yourself and your new book.
I do. Yes, I live in Colorado. I love the state and the sunshine that we get here. And the book we're talking about today is To Be a Fae Queen, which is the first book in the Realm Chronicles series. I've been writing YA fantasy for about 9 years now. It started with Kingdom of Embers, which is a crossover, or Kingdom Journals, beginning with Kingdom of Embers, is a crossover series to the Realm Chronicles, which To Be a Fae Queen is the first book of. So my world is witches, fairies, vampires, all of those creatures.
How did you get into, how's a young lady who's an avid runner get into writing Realm Chronicles? How did that start? What directed you to that?
Well, at the time when I started writing Realm Chronicles, I was already, I guess, almost finished with the Kingdom Journal series. I had the finale left, which is Kingdom of War, and there was an anthology or an advertisement for an anthology that featured fantasy characters with mental health challenges. And on the image for the announcement was a fairy, and she was hunched down in this grassy meadow, and she looked apprehensive or scared or anxious or something. And she just caught my attention. And I thought, who is this character? What is she doing? What is she scared of? Where is she going next? And I just created this fantasy character. Her name is Titania, and she loses her 4 brothers, and now she's the only one in line for the throne in her kingdom. And it kind of started there, and I put her in the finale to the Kingdom Journals and Kingdom of War. She comes in and she helps the witches and thwart this other evil witch soul, and then somehow she just got her whole series.
Yeah. That's good. I know you're an avid runner. It's like I go to the gym too and get my workout in and stuff like that. Have you been running and all of a sudden you got a great idea and you get very creative and all of a sudden you get home and you forgot what you did? It's like, darn it. I do that all the time. I go work out, get this done, got a great idea, I get home, I forgot. Do you do that, or you bring a recorder with you and keep it until you get more? Because you seem very creative. Your mind's always going.
That does sometimes happen, but if I get one of those ideas, I'll stop and record it on my phone, or I'll just try to keep thinking of it till I get home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good, very good. Because I hate when I do that. Great idea. Get home going, okay, what the heck did I thought about? Nah, what happens when you get old? So don't get old, okay? All right. The world building in your book is rich and intricate with detailed descriptions of Fae realm. What's at first before we go on? What is Fae realm? FAE realm. Explain that. Explain the title. And kind of explain it because I was kind of confused by that until I looked it up. So kind of explain that to the audience.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's a different Fae, FAE is a different spelling for fairy, basically.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it's just an older spelling, I think, and I just thought it was cool to use. So, but I do always have to explain it. So maybe that wasn't the best idea. But my Fae realm is set in my Middle Earth, which is different from other Middle Earths that you've heard about, like in Lord of the Rings trilogy. So my Middle Earth is actually under the bedrock of our human Earth realm, which I call Upper Earth. And it basically mirrors our world. So these fae or fairies get their light and their water from fairy rings that connect our Middle Earth realm to our human realm. So they can open and close these rings magically, and they can use them to go between Middle Earth and the human realm, as well as Lower Earth, which is under their Middle Earth, and which is where hell or purgatory lies.
Your Adeline's relationship with her friends and Phelan play a crucial role in growth of the character. How did you interpret shape in the story? How does that all come together for you? What's your writing process putting characters together?
Right. So, and the main character is Titania, and in the beginning of To Be a Fae Queen, she is a princess, and like I said, she's the last remaining person to take her father's throne, and she's kind of thrown into the situation when she helps defeat this enemy, the Kobold, and her father, he's injured in the battle, and her father decides, I'm getting old, I'm getting sickly, I'm going to give my daughter the crown at age 15. And it's a little unexpected, although she's been training and studying to take this role. She hadn't expected it to come so soon. So basically, because she lost her brothers also in a very violent battle, she's had this anxiety and she has panic attacks because of that trauma. So all of a sudden she's like, oh, wow, I'm the king. I'm the sole monarch. What am I going to do now? And she really only has one friend because she's been so isolated in her trying to recover from this trauma. And he's only a friend of like a couple of weeks. Like he was sent to guard her because this enemy was invading, and she decides, I'm not going to stay in my castle by myself. I'm going to go help fight the enemy, which she does. But then all of a sudden, all these relationships are different. Like she's not just a princess, and he's now her guard, and her friend is now her guard, and her father is now sort of her subordinate because she's the ruling monarch. So that relationship changes. Her mother has been catatonic since her brother's death. So she doesn't have a lot of support in her life. So she has to figure out a lot of things by herself.
Tricia, who do you look up to as a writer? Who's your mentor? I know you probably obviously watch a lot of TV series about what you're talking about. Is there somebody you kind of go to, you kind of read their books and say, okay, this is a great idea. This gives me some thoughts on that. Who is your mentor in your writing process?
Well, I have so many friends that are authors that I bounce ideas off of. My two editors, Tia Bach, she writes under Tia Silverthorne Bach, and Joe Michaels, who is also an indie author, have been great at helping me develop stories and characters and obviously fix my grammar. And I've just taken a lot of classes. I wasn't trained as a writer. I was a scientist and did tons of technical writing before this, and knew how to do that. But being a fiction writer was new to me. So I've taken lots of courses on plot, characters, world building, and I try not to read too much fiction. I mean, I'll do coursework, but I try not to read too much fiction or fantasy when I'm writing my fantasy, because I don't want like to accidentally steal somebody else's idea, right?